moving right along, we're going to talk to the other national ISP, Michael Hocken from Bell Canada. Michael is the product manager of SuperNet marketing and voice over IP for Bell Canada. He's responsible for managing the marketing initiatives for the growth of applications and services for the Alberta SuperNet for Bell. Mr. Hocken has spent over 12 years in the communication industry in various engineering, operational, sales, and marketing roles. Prior to his position with Bell Canada, Michael was the Director of Technical Operations for a cable TV operator for Sonic Communications. Previous to his role at Trisana, Mr. Hocken had multiple roles on the SuperNet project within Bell, including engineering, planning, and sales. Michael, and I'm going to have to ask you to please try to keep it to 7 minutes.
Oh yeah, I'll keep it short, Craig, thanks. Thanks for the introduction, Craig. I know there's a PowerPoint that was existed for this, but I'm going to deviate from it. I'm going to keep it more to a commentary. So my commentary I want to put, I guess, is more around the problem that we're discussing today, and that's of rural broadband connectivity. And hopefully from the commentary we spur a bit of thought, I guess, and maybe dialogue out of it. One of the roles I've had in my telecommunications career is that of a solutions engineer. And one of the fundamentals that you learn in that role is to ensure that you understand really the problem you're trying to solve before you start creating solutions around it. So from that, if someone came to me as a solutions engineer right now and asked me, Mike, how would you solve broadband connectivity within rural Alberta, I might step away for a second, but in the end I'd have to come back and go, you know what? Broadband connectivity in rural Alberta is complete. Satellite solutions exist today, 2 megabits per second down, 512 kilobits per second up, and for all practical purposes exist in all of rural Alberta. The rebuttal to that might be come back and go, yes, Mike, but it's more expensive than urban environment. I have an installation fee to pay, I have a higher monthly fee to pay, and that would be right. But then we would look at economic solutions to solve that problem. The other rebuttal might be, but that's not equivalent to what we could achieve in urban environment. In downtown Edmonton, the ISP is delivering 10 megabits per second down, and better latency. Satellite has an inherent latency problem. But again, that's a different problem than broadband connectivity. That becomes a question of broadband equality, not just broadband connectivity. So we start to look at then a different solution set, and then the solution maybe is what Graham's going to talk about next, some kind of DSL connectivity in communities, and to what Stephanie was talking about, maybe a wireless overlay on the AFARC's network that's coming up. But one of the other fundamental things that you learn as a solutions engineer is not only does the solution have to solve the problem now, it also has to solve the problem in the foreseeable future. So in the foreseeable future, Jeremy and the TELUS team will be pushing their fiber networks out further in Edmonton and delivering new DSL technologies. Shaw will be pushing their network out deeper into the residential and delivering DOCSIS 3, and foreseeable that's 30, 40, 50 megabits per second in the urban Edmonton, Calgary, and larger urban centers. So we have to question whether, again, so that brings to it another solution set. So I think, again, and some of it was raised in some of the discussions that were just happening, what are we really trying to solve? Are we trying to solve broadband connectivity? Are we trying to solve broadband equality? Are we trying to solve scalable broadband equality? Because each of those has a different solution, and each of them have different economics around it. So, again, from my standpoint, I challenge everybody to make sure that we're talking about the same thing from a problem standpoint, and that way, again, we can focus on the proper solution at hand. With that, Craig, hopefully I gained you back a bit of time, and I'll hand it back to you.
Thanks very much, Michael. Hope you hang around, because I'm sure there will be some questions after the presentation.